Hello, everybody. It's Shocknado back with you again on another video commentary. And today's video topic is going to be about the art, I guess you can say, of chasing perfection. And I think I've said this before. I know I've said it in real life, but I think I've said this before in a YouTube video. You know, human human limitations don't exist. You know what I mean? Like they just don't exist. And with that in mind, the thought of perfection and the goal of perfection is what drives a lot of people and ends up discouraging them in the long run, I feel like. You know, it's it's never achievable. You know what I mean? Like you can definitely get better at a task, but can you get perfect at that task? You can mainstream that task, but I don't think you can ever get perfect at that task. I feel like you should always strive and chase to be the best you can be, but being perfect, telling your partner that they are perfect for you, saying you're perfect in this video game, you hit every shot perfectly, or you have perfect physique. It's sort of childish to say that, I feel like. There is always room for improvement. And once you feel like you've definitely reached perfection is when you start to lose yourself, I feel like. You know, and not lose yourself as in stop becoming who you were, because that's when you chase perfection and you're constantly just going after and after and after it. But when you arrive at where you want to arrive, I feel like you definitely lose that motivation that you had beforehand. Now, I honestly think there's a beautiful middle ground in all of this, and if you use the right amount of motivation from the idea of perfection and know that it's probably never going to be attainable, but you can always just be the best that you can be, you know, you can keep getting better and better at the task at hand, and just chase your dreams with full potential and full force. You know, it's just genuinely frightening to see how some people take it too far. You know what I mean? Like we have concepts of perfection. Sometimes we see them as people, sometimes we see them as mediums, or media, like Superman or Jesus Christ himself. A lot of people say like Kobe Bryant, um, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, just to name a few. They're all, especially like the humans, like the athletes, for example, they're definitely they're definitely signs of human potential. You know what I mean? The undefinable human spirit that inspires me every day. The human spirit, once you put something in a human's mind to do something, they don't stop, you know, unless, like I said in the last video, you get consumed by sloth and laziness. It is one of, if not the best trait about humans in this day and age, especially in this day and age of social media and all of those other connecting factors that can make people lazy or make people inspired, on both ends of the spectrum. But yeah, no, honestly, this was going to be a short video today, so, I really don't want to say anything else about perfection. It's kind of just that, you chase perfection, you chase perfection, you chase perfection, you hit it, you hit a plateau, you know, and then you lose yourself either in chasing perfection or you lose your motivation for the task at hand. But I am going to end it here, guys. You have a good one, and I'm going to catch you in the next video. Peace.